Hello friends, my name is Ilgar and welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into a very interesting topic. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you let ChatGPT guide your entire day? No Google, no random scrolling, no endless decisions, just following the AI's advice step by step. Well, that's exactly what I did. I spent a full day living according to ChatGPT's instructions, and honestly, the results were pretty surprising. So, for 24 hours, I decided to let ChatGPT complete control of my routine. From the moment I woke up to the time I went to bed, every single decision, both big and small, was made with the help of I really wanted to see if ChatGPT could actually help me live smarter, work better, and maybe even enjoy the day a little more. For this experiment, there's no fancy setup, no extra camera angles, just me, my laptop, and ChatGPT. Here's how it all went down. The very first thing I did after waking up was open my laptop and ask ChatGPT, what's the ideal way to start my day for maximum energy and focus? It suggested drinking a glass of water, doing a short stretch, and writing down my top 3 priorities for the day. Honestly, not a bad start at all. Instead of mindlessly checking my phone and getting lost in notifications, I had a focused, intentional beginning to my morning. It felt different, in a good way. I even pushed it a bit further and asked ChatGPT to generate a quick 5-minute workout for me. And yes, it delivered, giving me step-by-step instructions like a virtual coach. It was simple, effective, and got my blood flowing without any guesswork. Next up, breakfast. This was another decision I handed over to the AI. I asked for something balanced with protein and slow carbs, and it gave me a few options. I chose one, made it, and that was that. No overthinking, no staring into the fridge wondering what to eat, no wasted time. It was incredibly efficient. This whole morning routine felt streamlined, like all the usual mental clutter had just been cleared away. It made me realize how much time I usually spend on these small, repetitive decisions every single day. The AI handled it all, leaving me with more mental space to actually prepare for the day ahead. Then came the workday. This is where I thought things might get complicated, but I was curious to see how ChatGPT would handle a professional schedule. I listed out all the tasks I had on my plate for the day and asked it to build the most efficient schedule possible. Within seconds, it created a structured timetable complete with focused work blocks, designated breaks, and even a slot for brainstorming. It was like having a personal productivity assistant who just gets it. Throughout the day, I used it constantly. It reminded me to take short breaks to avoid burnout, which I'm terrible at doing on my own. It even suggested better ways to word my emails, making them more concise and professional. One of the most impressive moments was when I was working on a technical report. The language was a bit dense, so I fed the text to ChatGPT and asked it to rewrite it in clearer, simpler language. The result was amazing. It kept all the important information but made it so much more readable. It felt like having a silent coworker who always had the right words and ideas, always ready to help without any judgment. The best part? I didn't have to Google a single thing all day. Every question, every piece of information I needed, I just asked the AI. It was a completely streamlined workflow, and I was genuinely surprised by how much more I got done. Around midday, I decided to really throw a challenge at ChatGPT. I asked it to teach me something completely new in just 1 hour, something I'd never learned before. I figured this would be a true test of its capabilities. It suggested a mini course on the basics of prompt engineering and AI tools, which felt very fitting for the day's experiment. It built a structured lesson plan for me, breaking down complex ideas into small, digestible chunks. Whenever I got stuck or had a question, instead of getting lost in online searches, I just asked follow-up questions directly. There were no distractions, no ads, and no falling down endless rabbit holes of related articles and videos. It was pure, focused learning. Later, I even tested it with a technical issue I was having with my computer. I described the problem in detail, and it gave me a series of troubleshooting steps to follow. To my surprise, it actually gave me the correct solution, and it was much faster than browsing through forums and trying to find someone with the exact same issue. This experience really highlighted the power of conversational AI. Instead of searching for information, I was having a dialogue, which made the process of finding a solution feel much more natural and efficient. The entire learning and problem-solving experience felt incredibly personalized and direct. So when the workday was finally done, my usual instinct would be to switch on Netflix or scroll through TikTok, but today was different. I stuck to the plan and asked ChatGPT to recommend something fun but also meaningful to do in the evening. Its suggestion was surprisingly thoughtful. It recommended trying a creative writing exercise to unwind, followed by cooking a new recipe for dinner. It was a combination of activities that was both relaxing and refreshing. I spent some time writing a short story, which I haven't done in years, and it felt great to tap into that creative side again. Then, for dinner, ChatGPT provided a full recipe with a shopping list and step-by-step instructions. It was for a dish I'd never made before, and the process of following the instructions and creating something delicious was incredibly satisfying. It even helped me plan a mini digital detox for the rest of the evening, no screens, just reading a book and listening to some calm music. This was something I would never have thought to do on my own, especially after a long day. It felt like the AI wasn't just giving me tasks.
It was helping me curate a more balanced and fulfilling evening.
It was a gentle nudge towards activities that were genuinely good for my well-being. As the day finally came to an end, I sat down to reflect on the whole experience. Living an entire day guided by ChatGPT as advice wasn't as robotic or restrictive as I had initially expected. In fact, it was the opposite in many ways. It helped me completely remove decision fatigue. All those little choices we make throughout the day, what to eat, when to take a break, how to start a task, they add up and drain our mental energy. By outsourcing them to the AI, I was able to focus on what actually mattered, the execution of the tasks themselves and being present in the moment. Of course, it wasn't a perfect system. Not everything was a home run. Sometimes the AI suggestions didn't quite fit my personal taste, and I occasionally missed the spontaneity and randomness of human choice. There's a certain joy in making an impulsive decision that an AI can't quite replicate. But overall, ChatGPT acted as a powerful assistant, not as a replacement for my own brain or my own will. It provided structure, efficiency, and even some creative inspiration. But I was still the one in control, deciding whether or not to follow through. So the big question, would I live like this every single day? Probably not. I value my own autonomy and the happy accidents that come with living a less structured life. But would I use it more intentionally from now on to optimize certain parts of my day? Absolutely. This experiment proved one crucial thing to me. AI can be more than just a tool for finding information or writing text. When used thoughtfully, it can be a genuine partner in designing a smarter, more efficient, and more intentional life. It's all about finding that balance. Thank you so much for joining me on this little experiment. I hope you found it as interesting as I did. What do you think? Would you ever let an AI plan your day? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one.